Greetings from this part of God's creation that is now known as the U.S.-Mexico border. I am Miriam Maldonado Escobar, and together with my husband, Mark Adams, we are honored to serve as your mission co-workers with Frontera de Cristo, a binational ministry on the U.S.-Mexico border. When I migrated to Agua Prieta from Chiapas, the southernmost state in Mexico, in 1995, there was no steel barriers that divided Agua Prieta from Douglas. And there were definitely signs saying, danger, do not enter. Peligro, no entre.
When I migrated to the border in 1998 from Clover, South Carolina, our government had just built the first steel barriers to divide the community. Now, whether you're in the north looking south or the south looking north, you get the sign, danger, do not enter. And yet it's precisely in this part of God's creation where God is calling us together from the north and the south, from the east and the west, to witness to the reality that Jesus is our peace, that Jesus has broken down the dividing wall of hostility and is building us together as a community of faith to witness to God's peace, God's justice, and God's love.
Frontera de Cristo builds relationships and understanding across borders, responds in faith and not fear to the realities of migration and to the drug culture. To accomplish these purposes, we don't work alone, but rather work with partnership with different churches, organizations like rehab centers, schools, government agencies, and community organizations.
Cafe Justo is one of the organizations that has been birthed through these cross-border partnerships, and we're grateful that Forest Lake has partnered with them in addressing root causes of migration and providing economic and educational opportunities in the community. When 26 farmers formed the cooperative over 20 years ago, the majority of them were in their 50s, 60s, and 70s because almost all the children of working age had migrated to the United States because of the drastic drop in the price of coffee. The farmers had the vision of not only cultivating delicious organic coffee, but also processing, roasting, and selling their coffee directly to those drinking the coffee they cultivated. Their goal was to create a sustainable business that would allow their children to come home.
Doña Zoraida was one of the founders. She was 74 when Cafe Justo began. Her son Mundo was roofing houses in Atlanta and sending money back home to sustain his wife and his two daughters. Once it became clear that Cafe Justo will be a success, he came back home and he has become a leader of the co-op of Cafe Justo. When we asked Idelda, Mundo's wife, what do Cafe Justo, just coffee, means to her, she said, it means that our daughters have their father by their side. When he was in Atlanta, we did not lack of money, but we did not have him. Doña Zoraida died in 2021 with her son Mundo by her side. She died knowing that her two granddaughters not only graduated from high school, but college.
In November, I had meetings with Cafe Justo in Chiapas. I visited with Mundo and Idelda, and they took me to visit their daughters and their grandchildren who were living in the community. Madeline and her husband had just built their house, and Nilda had started a small business. When you drink just coffee, Cafe Justo, know that you're helping dreams become reality. We hope that you will get to know more of the farmers by looking at the images and reading the stories in the Cafe Justo photo books that Frontera de Cristo sent y'all.
We are so grateful for the delegation for Forest Lake. They came and shared life and ministry with us before the pandemic. We hope that y'all can come again and experience firsthand what God is doing in this ministry and to share life and ministry with this border community.